Oh, one moment. One moment, everyone. I have forgot something. But here he is. I'll be right here in just a moment. All right, I'm back. Okay, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, for if there's anyone here currently at the moment. Hold on. There you go. That's a little bit better. Yay. No, hold on. Wait, hold on. That's not better. No, hold on. What moment? All right, I'm back. Second time's the charm. All right, okay. That was nearly a disaster. And here's the dead prime. Let me scoot you over. Okay, hold on. Let me take care of this. All right. Oh, now it's. Let me scoot this over. Come on. Okay, that's it. Ooh. There we go. There we go. There we go. Eventually, I'll replace him with someone else to stand right here. Okay, let me move this around. I'm very sorry. I apologize for all the inconveniences. Oh, this is actually much more convenient. Yeah, I like that. Okay. No. Move. I just need that much. There we go. All right. Okay. So, let's get started. First of all, there's one thing I do need to change on for the thumbnail. Oh dear. Okay. So it's not right. Okay. Changing for the thumbnail, changing. There we go. Select. There we go. Thumbnail saved. Fix the thumbnail. For some reason, this computer does not like to save images onto the websites like Google Plus or Google Photos or whatever, or like they take like an entire century just to cut back on or whatever. I don't know. For some reason, it takes forever for something that I've made at the beginning of the month. Let me put this right. At the beginning of the month, right? And it's not there. Oh, I hate that fact. I don't have a mirror. Damn it! It spilled. It slipped. Oh dear! I hate trying to do this without a mirror or a proper mirror. Well, whatever. It's fine. There. That's it. That I that has improved it. Dang. I do again. I do need a haircut. Eventually, hopefully soon. I've gotten like several haircuts, but the thing is, they're more trims. I've gotten trims, but this hair grows fast. But then it does also. Ah, there we go. I like that. That's much better. In fact, let me get something that will actually help. Is this much better? Is the hat much better? It looks a lot better. Hat off. I don't know. I mean, I recombed it. I need to put like some sort of like a vanity set or something, a mirror in here. One moment for everyone. There's a few texts I had to take care of, but he'll talk to you gladly. He'll gladly talk to you. Okay, got it. Okay, that's done. That will sit over here. Everything's all right. Boy, today's Star Wars month. This is May the 4th. Um, yeah. Today's May the 4th, and anyways, today's May the 4th, and there we go. That's much better. that was distracting me for some reason. The back. It just needs to be in the back. That's all. Yeah, that's much better. Anyways, I tried to do this prepared, but then when I get over here onto the screen, onto the camera, it looks wrong. So I don't have time to fix it. Okay. There we go. Okay, so first, there's been a big delay trying to get the stream started. But I kind of want to talk about like Star Wars and whatnot. I'm very behind in all the shows. I'm not behind in the movies. I think I've seen just about every Star Wars film out there. No, this is over here. Stay over there. The mouse is in the center screen for some reason. Maybe because I keep moving or whatever. Oh yeah, here's hot cocoa. That's why I'm drinking a mug. Yeah, I probably might need to get a different mug for different different fandoms. I'm not just a fan of Batman or Transformers. Speaking of which, I need another co-host over here. That's not just dead a dead drip Optimus Prime. But yeah, you get the point. I do like I was gonna say something. I do need like more mugs, I guess. Maybe not more mugs, but like I need the first and five palette here on the channel. I'm hoping that me and Dominic Rex will start a live stream talking about Godzilla and X-Men 97 if we ever get to like the ending of the classic series. We're behind the classic series, and then we want to get to like the current series of X-Men on 97. Oh, excuse me. I don't know why they call it 97. I think it started like before 97. You know, it's funny. It's like that's the year I was born. So it's like the entire X-Men universe is calling out to me. There's a lot of other. Excuse me. Pause. There are a lot of. I think there's a lot of movies or popular films and games that also released in 1997 or finished in 1997. I actually find that interesting. The year I was born is a very not popular year, but it is a very important year for a lot of franchises. 1997, not 87. I keep I keep getting those two dates mixed up. I don't know why. The sevens, the year of the seven, like would it be 97, 2007, 2017, 2027? That's in the future. 1907 and whatever, 1917, right? It always seems that the years of seven are important. Anyways, I got those 2 years mixed up. My bad. Is it 97 or 87? What is the X-Men show? Well, what is it? Hold on. I know that for a fact that Transformers was popular during the 80s, whatever. 97. Yeah, 97. 97 is just a big, huge year. For I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence that a lot of great things came out roughly around both 97 and 87 that resonate with me. No, not the fight of 87. I read every single person's mind, whoever watches this, right? Whoever decides to watch this, right? Where in the past, present, no, not past or present. Sorry, whether it's in the future, you can't watch this in the past unless you from the past with a time travel. You don't know this. How I don't know. However, excuse me, whoever watches the replay of this or whatever. Yeah, hold on, let me answer this text. Excuse me. All right. Okay. Ow, this couch is just not comfortable. But again, so is the other couch that I sit on while I watch. What was it? The Star Wars Mandalorian. I'm currently watching season 3. I know season 3 was what, last year, 2 years ago. I don't know. I would probably need to eventually watch Book of Boba Fett or whatever. That'll be no. That's another thing. So I'm like, I need to watch a lot of Marvel films, Marvel films, Marvel content. I need to watch. Yeah, I need to watch Marvel content, Star Wars content, just to catch up. You know, I haven't. I kind of just not been in the Star Wars fandom nor the Marvel fandom for quite some time. Just kind of just dipped out, just backed up, and like, okay, I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. I need to like just take a break. And well, guess what? I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. I'm not liking what I'm seeing here. The Mandalorian season 3, that is, that's where I'm currently at. It's not great. It could be worse. I will say that. And no, I'm not one of those like, oh, it's woke. I used to be. I used to be when I was younger, but like that's because the term was kind of being abused, and that was my only filter at the time. But now I kind of just step back, relaxed, refilter, unfilter, or whatever, and just right, just create my own thoughts. And wow, it's okay, but like it could be better. It just feels like it's Mando season 3. Like feels like it's just meh. Um, I feel like the big problem is like I haven't seen Book of Boba Fett, but I was spoiled that Grogu returns in the Book of Boba Fett outside of the Mandalorian show, which they're the mostly known for, is that in that show, right? They're mostly. I hate that. I hate when shows do that. Like I understand, like I understand, like cross content, right? Not crossover content, like cross content, where that a lot of they abuse the term like, oh, it's a crossover event, oh yay. We're crossing over with other DC characters from other DC shows. I mean, guess that's the pre-term with it, I guess, or that's the old original. Like that's the typical term. Like when it comes to TV shows, like, oh hey, here's a crossover event with NCIS and Hawaii 5-0, right? I can understand that, but like when it's a crossover between like NCIS and NCIS Los Angeles, that's technically like the universe of the NCIS universe. It's not like I wouldn't say that's like a crossover. That's more like a blend in or something. Blend. I don't know. I don't know what they call it. But it's like that's like get reconnecting, like that's interlocking or whatever, intersecting. I don't know. Intercourse. No, that's like putting the two of the same franchise, two of the same like people, same same brand, right? Like if you have like if you have like Batman crossover with Robin, that's not how that works. They're still characters from within Gotham, right? Or like, okay, not Batman. Like Batman meets up with Nightwing again, or something like that. let's pretend that there's a Batman show going on and a Nightwing show, right? Let's pretend there's a Nightwing show and a Batman show, right? Happening at the same time, right? It's not exactly a crossover if if they just meet in the middle every once in a while, right? That's not how a crossover works. Especially, it's not how a crossover if it's like Batman and Superman. That's not a crossover. That's literally them in the same universe, just meeting together. That's a meetup, I guess. I don't know. Let me answer this. All right. Okay. So with that out of the way, I feel like are different than crossovers because like crossovers is like when you have one show, not just NCIS in Los Angeles. No, it's like Blue Bloods and NCIS cross or something like that. I say Blue Bloods, but that's a neat idea. Take it, do that or something. I don't know. Definitely would watch. Or NCS and FBI meeting in a same show. Technically, that is of the same like universe, duh. But that's not NCS and NCS. Yes, Los Angeles, right? So when you have like two DC shows, like oh hey they're crossing over, wow. Like oh and here's how they're crossing over. Apparently it turns out they're from different alternate universes, which explains why they don't cross over as much. Wow! No, just say they're in the same universe and just say they don't cross over as much because they're in different districts. They're in different cities, towns. Duh! Everyone can understand that uh it's just whatever. Excuse me. Hey, that's actually cool. Oh right. Oh, okay. Zero Connect has posted something to me. They made a new critter graphic. Hey, and this I can share with y'all. I'll tell them that I'm live on my channel. Live. Uh, you know what's funny is that I'm supposed to be reading here, but I wanted to take up the 20 minutes. We're a little over time for the first 20 minutes. Let me share him my. Oh, that's not what I would do. Yeah, I'm gonna share him my. I don't like doing this, so I don't like to promote my own channel to like an entire Discord server. So that's me. I'm a little shy about that. But like individuals, I can share it in 2 to 10 individuals, especially if I know them, right? So yeah, that's something. And I don't know how to put this up because I don't have the right setup here. I don't have Discord on my computer for several reasons. um, because this laptop is A, not mine, and B, well, it is sort of mine. It's my grandmother's, but like again, I have to respect, or she allows me to do this, YouTube and stream, but I don't want to overstep any more than that, and put on another app that she does not want on here. So like I have gotten this new thing where I could share a screen, but I can't do that, and there would be no point if I don't have Discord. So, anyways, I don't have Discord at the moment, nor do I have a laptop that. But that's the best I could do, and that's his thing. All right. Oh no! Damn it! No, okay. He's okay with it. Okay, but like I didn't officially shared it on screen. So yeah. Hello, Zero Connect. Oh yeah, you're chatting with him right now. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Hold on. Hi, hello. Zero, would you like it if I did like a call? Not a call. Like on here on Discord, it has the little the call button here, right? A lot of other YouTubers like to do like, hey, I'm calling a guy for and live broadcast, whatever. Would that be okay? Or are you at like a busy at a work or station or something? I don't think Critter would care to take it out. I just only shared it like on the screen. Like I only did this. That's all I did. So when I shared it on the screen, so yeah, sort of a busy at work. If I do YouTube, it's a part-time based. Okay. Yeah, no, don't worry. I did not post it on. I did not share it on the screen here. Can't I can do that, but I don't have the Discord on here, so that's I explained that already. So, where's my pop-up Discord? There we go. I need to see. Okay, good chat thing. It's looking good. All right, so I'll explain something to Zero Connect. Usually comes here in the chat. but he's not here at the moment. But what I typically do is I talk about whatever I like to talk about whatever's not trending, but trending, whatever's currently trending or whatever's currently a topic that I want to talk about at the moment. And I know I'm taking up 30 minutes doing so before reading. I'll get to reading. But I've been talking about like Star Wars and whatnot and all other stuff. But I feel like that should be dedicated. Now I think about it, I feel like that should be more dedicated to like a separate stream altogether. But like it's the fourth. I can still like kind of talk about it a little bit. All right. Okay. So, okay. Kind of also talk. I'm also like texting someone at the moment, so I'm like that's another thing. Just eventually they'll stop talking eventually. So don't worry. Um that they'll eventually stop talking. But anyways, so sorry for that. That I like to chat to this guy. Anyways, but anyways, where was I? Okay, yeah. Okay, so Star Wars. What Zero? What Star Wars show slash movie have you are you currently watching? Or not currently watching. Are you watching any Star Wars content? Are you into any? None. All right, the Star Wars segment is over. I do not watch this. Yeah, just like that. The Star Wars is over. Okay, so Zero. If you're new to the, since you're new, not if, since you are new to the program, what I like to do, is I'm reading the Artificer out loud. It's reading along. Yeah, well, not read along. If you have the book, you can, in theory, read along. Hey. uh, this is the Artificer stream, and the thumbnail gives it away. Hot chocolate. Let's see, where am I? Is my friend texting me? Okay. He may go to sleep eventually. Where was I? Oh yes. Okay. So, where we left off, they had just attacked. They had defended, not attacked. They had defended themselves from wyverns, and had left the towns of Alamara, Basel, and they have rendezvous back to Tomalona. I don't know why, but for some reason I like singing that out loud. Okay. Excuse me. All right. Okay. Sorry for that delay. Okay. So where am I? Okay. Okay. So there, she's meeting. Not she. Craft, the main character. If you have not read this, so spoilers if you have not read this. Sorry. We're now in chapter 3. Yeah, you can tell by the thumbnail. Um, we're now in chapter 3, and I said I will restart reading the chapter. I think, maybe. Did I say that? No, I'm gonna go back. I'm not gonna do that. That's terrible. That would take me. That would set me back a bit. Um, no, I'm gonna start back over here where they're talking about the dagger. Okay, so now we're going to start reading, and we may comment along the way, but it depends. This is not like bad fan fiction night. I'll tell you that because for one, I'm all up. I don't know, for those who don't know what bad fan fiction night is, it's something that we do in the tundra not every bad Friday. That'd be weird. Hey, how's your Friday? Is it bad? Let's go and join in the group. No. In the tundra, in bad fan fiction night, we read bad fan fictions every Friday night. And so we get in the group, we read it. I'll read, and since I don't have a group, and I only have this guy here, Dead Drip 9. Yeah. FYI, Bad Fanfiction is an event that they do every Friday, and it's redone by Twilight Celtic. They read some heinous fanfics or fiction. Yes, that's exactly what we do in the Tundra, the Tundra Discord. So, I will not tell you how to get in. It's a secret club. Haha. See, awesome. No, we're not going to talk about Minecraft, nor are we going to talk about any of the bad fanfiction night. Any of the bad fanfics that we read there. Okay, that's as far as I go. As I describe it, and that's it. I dip out. Dip in, dip out. Okay, anyways. A small dagger was placed on the table, the blade no more than 11 inches. Oh, by the way, yes, she wants him to repair a dagger for him. Anyways, a small dagger was placed on the table, the blade no more than 11 inches in length and snapped about 3/4 of its length. Craft lifted it, and the snapped tip, thumbing the underside of the metal where it had broken. A small ritual he had made a habit after figuring out properly inspecting the materials and inspecting them. That's damn it. This sentence is. I'm not certain how. It could be different colleges, but like, and different professors, and how each person changes, and how like, not grammar, punctuation changes for some reason. But like, okay, so it says here, Craft lifted it and the snap tipped, comma, which is valued, comma, right? Thumbing the underside of the metal where it had broken, semicolon. A small ritual he had made a habit after figuring out properly inspecting the materials. That's no. That's not how you sentence, Raymond McNeil. or that's not how you punctuate. That's not, at least that's not how it's that's not how I was taught in my college, at least. Because it doesn't. I think a lot of people struggle with semicolons. That's what the professor say. That's what the professor said. I'm struggling with speech. Speech -0. Negative, not -0. -1. -10 at this point. I can't even math. Damn. I can't believe I didn't notice this last stream when I'm rereading this paragraph so I can kind of like backtrack a bit and then move forward. But this I just now noticed. Kraft looked at it and the snap tip, comma. Okay, good. Thumbing the underside of the metal where it had broken, comma, not semicolon. A small ritual he had made a habit after figuring out the I didn't think this sentence was structured properly at all. Let me read the entire sentence altogether. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just stupid. I will admit that sometimes. Kraft looked at it and the snap tipped, thumbing the underside of the metal where it had broken, semicolon, right? I forgot the small snap tip, comma, the metal where it had broken, semicolon. A small ritual he made a habit after figuring out properly inspecting the materials improved the product's overall quality, period. Yeah, I read the entire sentence, but it doesn't sound right. Kraft, I'll reread the entire sentence one more time, entirely. Kraft lifted it and the snapped tip, comma, thumbing the underside of the metal where it had broken, semicolon, not comma. A small ritual he'd made a habit after figuring out properly and inspecting the materials improved the product's overall quality. What? It's just. This is not the first problem he has semicoloned. This is not the first time he's semicoloned. Again, I forgot to research the editor. I said I would do that last time. Actually, you know what? I will do it here live. It's quite confusing. To me, what you really gets me is his confusing description of the thumbed on the weird emoji thing. I cannot read. Thumbed the other side. He means taking the knife. There's no knife in here. He means, or anything that's flat. Okay, my best guess. Give me a second. Here's a letter opener, and I should probably have this in my room. Okay, thumbed the other side. Okay, so he's doing this. He's taking his thumb and then just doing this. Just not doing that. He's rubbing the side of the thumb on the other side. No. Let me read it again so I don't get it wrong. Okay, I thought it. Inspecting the material. Thumbing the underside of the metal where it had broken. Okay, so yeah, thumbing the underside. So he's taking this, and he's just rubbing it like that. No, it's not that. Maybe I've misspoken, or not misspoken. I may have said it fast. Okay, let me read it again. Kraft lifted it, and the snapped tip. So he left. The problem isn't what he's describing. The problem is the sentence structure, or the punctuation, not the sentence structure. That and the punctuation. So he's grabbing the tip. It's broken off, right? I don't have a broken knife or letter opener, right? He's rubbing his finger on the side here and the side here. Pretend that the thing is broken. He's rubbing something again over there to see, to inspect it and to see if he can fix it, right? The problem is breathing. The problem is this. Just listen to how it's. I'll read it, but I'll also read the punctuations minus the commas and whatnot. Kraft lifted it and the snap tip, comma, thumbing the underside of the metal where it had broken, semicolon. A small ritual he'd made a habit after figuring out properly inspecting the materials improved. That doesn't make sense right there. Improved the product's overall quality. I'm sorry, I said I will read the sentence and not judge it, but then I end up judging it. But you get but you've heard the sentence. You get it. It doesn't. Kraft lifted it in the snap tip, thumbing the underside of the metal where it had broken. A small ritual he made a habit after figuring out properly inspecting the materials improved the product's overall quality. It doesn't roll. It doesn't roll off the tongue. It's not sentenced. I don't know. It's not grammared, or no, it's not. Yeah, no, it's grammared. It's just not. The punctuation hurts. I feel like there's not the punctuation. Yes, everything hurts. Everything's on fire there. I feel like it needs to be fixed somehow, and I don't know how. The structure of it is just kind of just, it's there, and like I understand what he's saying, but the punctuation and the structure, like just it. No, that's not how you do it. I don't have the notes. I don't have my notes. I don't have my classwork notes, right? So I don't like. I'm not. I don't have like. I don't know how to fix it at the moment. Is what I'm trying to say. I don't have the notes, and I don't know how to fix it at the moment. Let me see this text. That's okay. He's got okay. My friend here, he's going to bed. But anyways, it's a weird sentence. But I don't fault Raymond McNeil for that. There's several authors who sentenced incorrectly. Okay. This one leaped out to me and is like, why would you put a semicolon there? That's not from what I've been taught. I know people are taught differently with semicolons, but from how I'm taught, the semicolons, the semicolons are not typically used for this. I know there's also, from what I've been told when I was growing up before college, that people who are expert in punctuation and grammar and whatnot, right? Reading comprehension and literacy, right? They argue over the semicolon. I've heard, that's what my English teacher has told me, is that a lot of people, college, the teachers and professors, right, they all argue over the semicolon. Another punctuation that tends to get argued about is the use of the Oxford comma. It's the Oxford comma, if I remember correctly, it's where you have a comma after each and every listed item before the and. So, like if you say Bob, Tyler, and Carol, you would comma Bob, you would put a comma after Bob, but the Oxford version is where you put, and you don't put my mind's jumping to the end of sentences. My mind's jumping ahead. You put a comma behind Bob, Carol, and Taylor, right? Yeah, Bob, Tyler, and Eddie. Yeah, that's that's how the Oxford comma works. But the America way is you say Bob, Tyler, no comma, and Eddie. You say Ed, and Eddie. Because Americans are rebellious. That's the point. Anyways, I don't know why this sentence structure bothers me. It just does. And this is not the first time this type of sentence structure has appeared. And this is not the first time. And this is not the there's a another sentence in here where he completely omits an entire word. So again, McNeil here, Raymond, killed the Phoenix, or however you want to name him. Phoenix Productions man, Mr. Production, Celtic Phoenix Productions, right? I don't say anything during Bad Fiction Night when he's correcting when he's correcting grammar and punctuation on fanfic writers. I don't say anything because he's under a spotlight. He's right. Yeah, I don't want to disappoint the person, or not disappoint. I don't want to correct. I don't want to not correct the person under the spotlight. I don't want to shout out. I don't want to ruin his spotlight. I don't want to ruin his spotlight by saying, "Oh, but you do the same thing," or "I've read your book." I don't want to do that just yet. No, I want. No, I'd rather do it here live when I can read it. I know I'm taking so much time criticizing this here part and going nowhere with the book. But hey, that's also what this is for. This is a stream. This is me reading it. It's RavenWood Reads, not you read. So, yeah. Anyways, let's read and continue. Kraft lifted and snapped the tip to thumbing the underside of the metal where it had broken. A small ritual he had made a habit after figuring out properly inspecting the materials improved to the product's overall quality. That's a rush job. You better off buying a new one tomorrow morning at Uskar's place. I like that he's getting creative with names, but Uskar sounds very Star Warsy, and so hey, there, Uskar. It also sounds a little Middle Earth, Dan, or whatever. So, guess Star Wars borrows names or creativity from Middle Earth, from Tolkien's Lord of the Rings or whatever. But anyways, Uskar's place. He's still working limited hours, Kraft mused. The girl gripped his hands around the blade's hilt, and her eyes watering. Please, this is an heirloom from my father. If I could just replace it, I would not have come asking for a repair. An alarm pinged on the back of Kraft's head, prompting one eyebrow to raise. Okay, price will be big to move it further up in the queue. Her fingers tightened. Name it. 1 chalice, 5 cinnamon. Half now, half after it's done. Deal! Deal, she said, reaching for a surprisingly full coin purse. Another flag rose, but again he decided what type of flag? Red flag, green flag, black flag, pirate flag? I don't know. I'm kidding. Don't take that seriously. Take the sense seriously, but don't take my joke on flags seriously. On the what type of flag? Oh, right. That's not criticism. That's what I'm trying to say. That's just a joke. But again, he decided not to say anything, for as bright as her appearance made her, this girl was shady, like shady sands. This girl was shady. Six cinnamon slammed to the table, the triangular coins digging into the grained wood. Got to go. Have fun, Zero Connect. Have fun. You're a sailor. I would appreciate it if you didn't damage my counter. The girl blinked, then flinched, not unlike how she had before. Ah, sorry. Kraft sighed and triple counted the sum before brushing it into the mechanical register he built into the table. He caught her eyes hooking onto it, but only lasted a moment. Nothing too suspicious about that. People weren't going to be used seeing one. What's the name on the order? The girl blinked. She didn't really seem all that attentive. Rhine Thinderas. Pretty name that, he said, marking it down down on a nearby piece of parchment. How hard would it be to create a dry erase board and markers? It'd be way easier to rearrange his orders. Maybe a chalkboard would be easier, less noticeable too. Thank you, she replied, her cheeks aglow among the room's crystal sconces. She leaned over the shoulder, her curious eyes peeking into the open door to his workshop. Would the forge be back there? I would assume so, though most blacksmiths don't separate the rooms. I don't know why I'm giving her a British accent, but I understand. And And anyways, okay, just double checking everything. Everything is satisfactory. Okay, so let's see where we got. Of course, this question. It had come up once or twice before, while the locals weren't keen to pry after he had said he had his methods, out-of-towners could be pushy with curiosity. Best to tell a white lie. I outsource from the available forges in town for metal work. I do all the work myself. I head out this evening to get this done. He'll be here in the morning. I promise you that. Ryan nodded, cupping her hands to her chest. Thank you so much for this. May Martyr keep your heart pure. Kraft scratched the corner of his lips. No need to thank me. I've had more difficult customers, believe me. More of the religious types. There were plenty of those in the Hakkaj, it seemed. And every time they said something like that, he didn't know what to say back. Is that all you need for tonight? Yes, Ryan affirmed. Shall I get you out of your way now? When is it you open again? 7. Though I'm usually awake by 6, so you can come by then. She opened the door and smiled. which made the warm summer air spilled through the smell all the sweeter. I will be here promptly again. Thank you. The door swung closed, and he was left in his stuffy little shop, alone and nothing but a dagger and a dozen other outstanding projects. He walked around the bench and sat on the other side, scooting up a stool to examine the piece. Nothing about it really screamed heirloom. No intricate wrappings, nothing engraved on the blade or on the cross guard. All things considered, this was a bog standard knife, and not very old one. The leather on the grip was anything to go by. Kraft held out his arm and scanned it over, reaching to his bottomless cup of water for a quick sip. Instead, he almost dropped it when a searing heat shot through his hand. The hell? He shouted, pulling his scanning hand back and waved it around as if that would dispel the pain faster. It probably didn't, but he had no clue what he was doing. Nothing had ever burned him like that before. Red flecks of the light bubbled out of the metal, warping the silver glint into an angry crimson glow. With a jolt, he doused his hand in water, the cool liquid soothing the pain. Okay, what the hell? Waving the hand dry, he brought it to his face, willing the tattoo to project the knife. A partial schematic appeared, the weapon's core completely missing. Breaking it into parts, he stripped the layer after layer from the metal and fabric until he reached a barrier in the cross section. Now that wasn't right. Confused, he picked at it and placed it aside. A veiled outline of the knife shimmered to life, something not quite real. Almost instinctively, he knew it to be an enchantment, a trill of knowledge bleeding into his hand from his arm. In particular, an enhancement that stored spells. Bizarre. Magic weapons were rare, let alone family heirlooms outside of most royalties. Suddenly, those alarm bells were ringing all the louder. He dove deeper. It stored spells, but looking closer, the spell it was storing was designed to dispel other spells. A magical neutralizer, so to speak. Ah. One or two magical items had come across his desk before, especially after discovering the translation pin on his collar was one, but nothing like this. And he'd always been told up front. So that's what's so special about this damn thing, he groaned. So that's what's so special about this damn thing, he groaned. Kraft twirled the hilt in his fingers. Well, now that he knew what he was dealing with, he could use his power to override the magic and finish it. But he almost didn't want to on principle. Something really was off about the girl, but he didn't have any evidence that she knew the blade was enchanted. Resting the blade down, he double-checked the metal composition and reached for a bar of iron from his supplies. He didn't leave jobs half done, but pretty face or no, he didn't like being duped either. All right. And so we're at a pause right here. So nothing wrong with the pauses. Wait, where is it? I hate this weird background camera. Oh wait, is it on this page? Right. There we go. Right there. So there's that pause. That's where I'm at. 6 a.m. sharp was the next morning. There was a knock on the there was a knock on Kraft's door. Wiping the dew from his eyes, he opened it for Ryan to enter. Her eyes saddled with dark bags, even though she seemed no less peppy than the night before. A pack as big as her torso swung from her shoulders as her giddy feet carried her into the room. Right on time. I take it you're from a city. No one's that punctual from the countryside as far as I can tell, Kraft commented. Is he really commenting? Because maybe I'm overthinking that one. Anyways, walking over to his counter. It's bothering me. Damn it. I understand writers are trying to avoid saying "said" all the damn time, but damn it. Commented. I just want to. I want to make sure that express an opinion or reaction. Remarks. Speak about. I don't know how to feel about that. Commented. I not because like usually comment also works as reply. And by the way, okay, now I also notice this as well. I take it you're from a city, semicolon. No one's that punctual for the countryside as far as I could tell. Eh, I think that is accurate. I guess yeah, that's probably accurate way of doing it. I think I'll have to check my notes. But the previous time he not accurate. The previous time he used a semicolon, it wasn't the right way of doing it. I guess maybe it's this way is the right way of doing it. I guess, but like it's kind of I don't know. It kind of bothers me because you could just easily just use a comma, which my professor said you really technically don't need to use semicolons. Um, technically speaking, yeah, technically speaking, like it's just an old punctuation. No one ever really uses it ever. It's just nowadays it's just used to be fancy. Um, to have a more to have something that's more fancier than a colon or a comma. Semicolon typically typically semicolon comes before a colon. A colon, a normal colon, typically comes before a list of things. Um, A semicolon, not the high school answer, by the way. This is the high school answer. I'll tell you the high school answer. Um, the high school answer, at least what my college professor said, the high school answer, a semicolon is used to separate two sentences. Separate two sentences, but it's not. Um, this is technically how you're supposed to do it. I'm not saying the high school answer. This is technically the college answer, actually, on how to do the semicolon. I take it you're from a city, semicolon. No one's that punctual from the countryside, as far as I can tell. But technically speaking, that's what comma is supposed to be used for. I don't know why this is like my attention is here. I don't know why my attention is here. Like, if for some reason I see semicolons and sentences, whatever. I don't know why I easily get distracted by that. Out of all the things in this book, I easily get distracted by this. I easily get distracted by punctuation and whether it's being used correctly or incorrectly, sentence structures and whatnot. I don't know why, but for some reason, it's just stuck in my head. Maybe I should definitely take my notes out. Not during this stream, no. But maybe next stream. Actually, no. Okay, the editor. I feel like maybe the editor I can do on a separate stream. Yeah. Researching the editor, I feel like I can do that on a separate stream. Because I do want to test out screen share. So I don't know how that would work at the moment. At the moment, I don't know how that would work. Or not, well, I mean, like, I know how that works, but I don't know what I would want to screen share for. But if I can easily just snap out of it, or not snap out of it, but snap out of the screen share, and that's certain, and I'm not certain if it would practically work. Does that make sense? Because this computer, the cooperation of this particular computer and whatnot, not certain if it would work with the Logitech cam that I'm currently using. But regardless, come on. Mini bar, that's not what I wanted. Oh. Fine, whatever. I'll fix that later. Actually, I don't need to fix it at all. Anyways, I don't know why my brain zooms onto that. It just does. My hyperfixation on sentence structures are weird. I'm weird for that, I guess. Where am I? Where am I? I take you from the city. No one's that punctual in the countryside, as far as I can tell, Kraft commented, walking over to his counter. Ryan's energy flattered, only to bubble back up in her reply. Observant, aren't you? Born and raised in Madro. Madro, right. Can't say I've been through... can't say I've been... Oh, I've been... Okay, this time my brain will tricks on me. This is the one time, or like not one time. My nose is just itchy. This is one of those situations where my brain plays tricks on me. Maduro, right. Can't say I've been. I can't say I've been. Though I hear it's lovely, he commented. You use that same thing twice. Replied. Commented I can the first time you used commented I can overlook. Because technically you are no, not technically. Yes, you are using it correctly. But it feels like commenting works as a reply, but not really as a reply. I don't know how else to explain that. Commenting works as a reply um, in a format way, I guess. He commented like Q&A. I guess I should put the head on. My hair is bothering me, or just looking at my hair bothers me, but putting the hat on does not. It calms my sense of. Okay, but this part of my hair bothers me. There we go. No, that makes everything much worse. There we go. I'll have to fix my hair again, but I can't. I'm wasting too much time. Um, the word you're looking for is replied, not commented. I feel like commented, like commentary. Yet yes, technically commentary and good commentary. It feels better if you're replying with commentary. Feels like it's more in the situation of a person of importance, or no, the replies. A comment sound a comment sounds like you you're replying to yourself in a conversation, kind of. I don't know how to explain it. That's what I've seen. Like this person commented, or a person commented. Right. They said something, then something happens, then they comment to themselves. That's how I usually see it. That's when I normally see it. Reply can be also used as comment, right? And commented can also be used as remark or point out. Or another word you could have said here. Oh no, yeah, no. What you could have said here, perfect opportunity, to have said this. Right on time. I take you from the city. No one's that punctual from the countryside, as far as I can tell. Kraft pointed out, walking over to the counter. Now, and typically when people say pointed out, that meant like they gestured to something and pointed out the details before you, right? But then you could then say, Ryan's energy flattered, only to bubble back in her reply. Reply. That's actually how you use reply. Good job. I don't know why I'm criticizing everything. Anyways, and not criticizing, but I'm like criticizing the structure, sentence structure and whatnot. Observant, aren't you? So you point out something, and then you had the opportunity here for that, but you missed it. Commented. You could also said Kraft observed, and Ryan could have said perceptive art. So that's what there's a lot of things you could have done there. Um, there we go. That keeps bothering this side. No, not this side. This side here bothers me. Bothers me. Whatever, it's fine. There we go. I fixed it. I fixed it, in my opinion. It just maybe I'm the one who's in the wrong here. I don't know. I could be wrong here, but I don't think so. Cause it's a jungle out there. Do. Hey, observant, aren't you? Born and raised in Mato, right? Can't say I've been through. I can't say I've been, though I don't like that. Can't say I've been, comma, though I hear it's lovely. He commented. Why now I'm back into this loop. Commented. He replied, or whatever, or said, just said. He said, I hear it's lovely. He said, you don't need to. The rule that my college professor said, notice I said, is that you don't need to have the fancy words. Yes, try to get rid of repetitiveness. Like Bob said, Cheryl said, Wendy said, right? You try to get rid of that repetitiveness, but when you push yourself into a corner like this, you end up repeating, like, oh, he commented and then he commented again. No one likes it. You could just have said. Just said. It works. It worked. Don't take my word for like don't take my word as gospel. I'm just saying, from my perspective and from what I've been taught, right? Just say said. Just say or said. It really is, though. I enjoy the quiet of the country, quite a fair deal. I've considered moving out here from time to time, but I have nothing to do in Kala. She hummed. It really is, though. I enjoy the country, quite the quiet of the country, quite a fair deal. I've considered moving out from time to time, but I have nothing to do in Kalia. She hummed. Said! Just say said, and why? Now, granted, I don't know what hummed is. Well, I mean, I know what hummed is, but I want to be certain. Hummed. Hummed past it. Huh. Take a low, steady, continuous sound of the B. So she hummed this entire sentence. Oh dear. I don't think you would hum that. Humming feels more like you're putting something into question, or you're thinking things through. Not, oh, I may want to move out to Canada. I may want to move out to Canada. No. No. Why? Being in a state of great activity. That's the informal one. Eh. She lively said? I guess. Or well, since I'm using the British accent, she unpleasant. She hummed. I mean, I guess that's the. You know what? I guess that's probably what McNeil wanted me to think of. That she hummed unpleasant. When the wind drops, this stuff really hums. This stuff smells. She's she stinks. That's what she stinks. That's what she thinks to high heaven. Now hummed with an accepted murmur, like okay, that's what I'm more leaning towards. The computer's hummed. Why would you throb those words? That is another. Why would you purr out those words? Sing, maybe. Okay, let's try singing it out. It really is. Though I enjoy the quiet of the country, quite a fair deal. I've considered moving out here from time to time, but have nothing to do and tally-ha. She hummed. I don't know. That doesn't sound like something you would sing out. Maybe if you hummed while doing the dishes, that would be more believable. I don't know. I'm lost here. I'm arguing about every damn sentence now, damn it. I'm screaming out in the void. Okay. There, a warble in her voice went warble. A warble. Okay, this one I'll admit. I do not know what. No, not means. Do. Of a bird sing softly with a succession of constantly changing notes. Okay. So she did sing out this sentence for some reason. I'm not going to judge. I can see it. What? Oh, there's also a warble. The swelling absence beneath the skin at the back of the cattle, the horse. Oh no, I don't think she's warbling that. Warbling. Larva. Oh dear. There, she warbled in her voice. The larva. No, okay, let's be real here. Third, the warbles. So she sang softly. I have nothing to do in Kalia. I've considered moving out here from time to time, but I've got nothing to do in Kalia. She hummed. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not going to judge. Okay, without responding. Okay, there. Without responding. Anyways, he unfolded it. He unfolded the cloth to reveal a pristine dagger as though it had been freshly made and polished. Her eyes wide, sharp, and unnoticeable. you do, I recommend. Oh, okay. This is him saying. Well, if you do, I recommend you don't apply yourself at acting anytime soon, because you look mighty surprised for someone who you look mighty surprised for someone that wanted their knife wanted their knife repaired. He said, "Hallelujah, praise the Lord." He said, he finally said something. Okay, I'm being dramatic, over dramatic here. He said, staring figurative. The audience says, not that stupid. Okay, I don't like this, but we're not stupid. Okay, I'll say this. I understand why he wrote this now that this jumps it back at me. Okay. He said, staring figurative daggers into her. Where did you say figuratively? Maybe. Well, no, figurative. Okay. He said, staring figurative daggers. By the way, figurative is in parentheses. That's why I'm a little upset. He said, staring figurative daggers into her while twirling her literal parentheses dagger between his fingers. We're not stupid. We know which we would. We're not stupid. We would know which is the figurative daggers versus the literal dagger. I don't know why you would need that in parentheses. Yes, media literacy and reading comprehension kind of dipped down in past of the years due to the lack of people reading books and not knowing the figurative terms for this. But I assure you, readers know what the figurative daggers, staring daggers into her means. I also assure you that he said, staring daggers into her while twirling her dagger between his fingers would also mean. Now, granted, it probably because you wanted you're structuring this sentence right, and this is the only way you could have You wanted consistency, but like the audience isn't stupid, so you didn't have to put these in parentheses. I know why you want to have a safety net. You want to have it in the insurance of the fans knowing what you're saying, right? Okay, it's fine. Maybe I'm looking too much into this, but like this, or maybe I don't know. This you don't need to say this. That's all I'm trying to say. You do not need to say the staring figurative daggers into her while twirling her literal dagger between his fingers. The best way to correct that, if you don't, in my opinion, the best way to fix this is to not repeat the word dagger. Right now, I am figuratively staring daggers down at you. watching this, probably. No, I don't have a literal dagger, but this is close enough. I will twirl this. I don't know. Anyways, you could have simply just said, he said, staring daggers into her while twirling her blade between his fingers. Blade works. It's a dagger, but it's also a blade. I know you probably know that, or at least I hope you do. And I'm not. I don't know why I'm upset with this. I don't know why. Again, I don't know why I'm upset with this. I don't know. There's a fixation here. But for some reason, it's. I'm not trying to criticize this, right? I'm just trying to read this and move on. But for some reason, there's a fixation here, and I don't know why. I can't ignore it. It's just no. You don't. You just say it. Just the audience. Stupid. Anyways. And I know I'm not criticizing. Here's the thing: I'm not criticizing the story. The story is okay. Okay, maybe this part's a little. Eh. Why would there's no description here of him being sus of her personality? I don't know. You've only described a stereotypical British girl. Or at least, no, you didn't even describe it. You only described her at this part of the story. But beforehand, you didn't describe his suspicions of her. Maybe, I don't know. This is also just based on memory, so. You only describe someone who looks wealthy, and then you're like, oh, your craft is suspicious of her, and you kind of don't give a reason other than her having bags under her eyes. I don't know. Maybe I missed something. I have to reread it. I'm trying to read, moving forward from this. Gosh, focus, Raven. Ryan swallowed. Then she was sprinting towards the door. Yeah, but there's no reason to leave. It's an heirloom. Just say it's an heirloom. You're excited. You're surprised and excited for an heirloom. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, or the female character here. This character, Ryan. The benefit of a doubt that maybe she's young and she can't She can't just out. I don't know. Give herself benefit, or she can't make up. She can't make up an excuse, or not an excuse. She can't say something for a benefit of a doubt, or something like that. Not an excuse. Is that right? She can't excuse. Yeah, she can't excuse herself to give herself a benefit of a doubt. She can't say, "Well, of course, I'm a bit surprised." It's a family heirloom. I didn't think you would fix it. Well, no, see, you look mighty surprised for someone that wanted their knife repaired. Maybe I'm overthinking it, and maybe I'm underlooking something that's written here. So I don't know. I don't know why this scene here bothers me. It's just it feels like there's some sort of detail that's missing that's just not leaping out to me. Of like, oh, she's sus. You just only said that she is sus. So like, well, if her eyes wide and sharp and noticeable. Okay. Well, if you do, I recommend you don't apply yourself uh, at acting anytime soon because you look mighty surprised for someone that wanted their knife repaired. I don't know. This does not feel like this like yeah, she wanted her knife repaired. She's surprised and I guess she's mighty surprised for a family heirloom to be repaired. I don't know. I don't, and again, but I don't know why she's running away. So, whatever. And then she was sprinting towards the door. A second too late. However, as Kraft slammed his foot down on a pedal beneath his counter, sending a series of levers and bolts under the door to lock the door shut. Ryan frantically pulled at the handle to no avail as Kraft came out from behind the counter. I haven't been here too long, but I've had a run or two. So fit to install that and prevent anyone from getting away without paying me. The girl looked behind her and yanked on the handle harder, a pitiful whine of fear escaping her throat. Soon enough, Kraft was above her. Okay. Why would you want the character above someone? They're just floating. I get it. I understand the visual that you're trying to get here. I'm just being that's time I'm being a bit nitpicky, or not nitpicky. I'm just being silly. She flinched, closing her eyes. Sighing, Kraft was very carefully. What? No, that was. Okay, my brain said was. Sighing, Kraft very carefully slipped the dagger's hilt into her hand, backing away once he was sure she was holding it safely. Now, why don't we sit down and talk? Why would you put a question mark there? I mean, I guess it is a sense. But like now, why don't we sit down and talk, about what not you know you don't need a comma, you just sit down and talk about what you owe me and exactly what you were trying to pull. Also, this is stupid. She could easily just stab him and undo the mechanic to the door. Why would you give him? Why would you give her back the knife? I don't think the main character's thing in that or whatever. I don't know. Anyways. And then why don't we sit down and talk about it? Doesn't separate in my mind because now why don't we sit down and talk about what I didn't pause there because about I understand why he's doing this because most people would say something or would ask the question, do something, and then continue talking. When people have this have the sentence split like that, I can understand. Why do all those weird sentence structures have to happen now on this chapter? Why am I running into this now when I could just be talk? Typically, at this point, what you're supposed to do if you want to separate the sentence, because the reason I didn't pause, because that's one sentence. That's typically one entire sentence there. Now, why don't we? Let me read the entire sentence. The entire sentences. Now, why don't we sit down and talk? Question mark. About what you owe me, comma, and exactly what you were trying to pull. That's where the real question mark should be. To fix this, if I wanted to do it your way, I would do this. Now, why don't we sit down and talk, comma, close parentheses, I think. Yeah, close parentheses. Now, why don't we sit down and talk? No, not close parentheses. Actually, no, comma. You still, you would comma. Now, why don't we sit down and talk, comma, close parentheses. He pulls up a chair and then continues. He pulls up a chair and continues. About what you owe me, comma, and exactly, open parentheses, open parentheses, about what you owe me, comma, and exactly what you were trying to pull, question mark, close parentheses. That would have been a lot better. Now you can technically still put a question mark in the first section. Now, open parentheses. Now comma, why don't you now what now, comma, why don't we sit down and talk, question mark, close parentheses. He pulls up a chair and continues, about what you owe me, comma, and exactly what you were trying to pull, another question mark. That can be acceptable from what I think. No, now thinking about it, I don't think that's acceptable. No, that is acceptable. No, that's not. Yeah, okay, no, that's not. But this is all. This feels like it's worse because like my brain's telling me to continue because you didn't have a reason for that pause. You didn't have a reason for that break. When if you're going to have this break in the sentence because of the mentality, there's usually a character doing something. That's why. That's why the sentences are broken like that. Now, why don't we sit down and talk, comma, or question mark? I'll put a pin on that, on the whether that's acceptable or not, because I do need to relook up my I do need to look up my notes again, reread them and restudy them again. But as far as I remember, you comma that. Now, why don't we? Yeah, because that looks more proper. Yeah, now I think about that. That you put a comma there, right? Not a question mark. Now, why don't we sit down and talk, comma, does something, right? Continues about what you owe me and exactly what you were trying to pull, question mark, because that's still part of a question. I don't mean to look angry or mad at you. It's probably the lighting in this room. But I just now noticed the shadows make me look like I'm a little bit angry or upset with you. I am a little upset. But again, I want to be pausing every now and then in the story if I didn't notice these things and had a problem with these things. Anyways, let's continue. How much time we have left? Let me. 11:47. We got time. We've got time. I can go on into 12. It's fine. Understandably, her face was a mess of mixed emotions. She looked from him. She looked from him to the knife and then to the chairs along his counter. With her head hung low, Ryan followed, settling across from him with the blade between them. Without prompt, she pulled 6 cm from her purse and placed them on the table, letting Kraft collect them for his register. Actually, a single cm was left behind, his knuckle brushing it to her side of the bar. Ryan's brow creased. Okay, so, wow, finally, an entire paragraph with punctuation that I appreciate there. Bum, 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 ba-da. Sentences. I continue an entire sentence, an entire paragraph. Yeah, okay. Because you didn't quite get what you were expecting, I imagine, he explained. I could ask for more, but see, this is as, but see, this is, but see, this as a kindness to make you more loquacious. Eh? I don't know. I didn't get that from this woman here. An uncertain finger tapped down on the cinnamon before slipping it back into Ryan's purse. Her lips shuddered under a trembling breath. It's the Crafters Guild, she said. Kraft scratched his forehead. The what? Ryan slammed her hands on the table. The Madro Crafters Guild. We regulate all the craft work done inside the country. You should know the guild records say you have been sent 5 notices over the last 8 months. Ah, right. I remember now, Kraft nodded. I threw all those out. The girl's mouth was unhinged. Why? Oh, because guilds are stupid. Price fixation, extortion, not really my scene. I'd much rather work at my own price, work at my own pace. But that doesn't explain the magic thing. Ryan squirmed in her seat, placing her hands between her knees. They wanted you to know how you did your crafting, so they placed the enhancement on the knife as a test to see if it was magical. A normal blacksmith would be able to repair a knife in a day, especially an enchanted one like that. The type of magic was to prevent you from succeeding if it was magical. But I suppose that was ineffective. Okay, so like I guess he was suspicious of the girl because of the fact that the knife had magical properties to it. Uh, but like there was nothing. I'm. But there was nothing that like set the person as like, oh, they're shady, other than the knife. Yeah, the knife is physical evidence, but like it, I don't know. Maybe I was overthinking that one. The entire scene. It's just, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, she's surprised, but like you didn't say, you didn't describe the look on her face of the surprise. You can only tell from the perspective of the character. You didn't describe how she was surprised. There are descriptors for that type of surprise. Was she surprised in a frightened way? Maybe I missed. Maybe I didn't read the other descriptors. Was there descriptors that I missed? I want to double check. Her eyes widened, sharp and noticeable. So that, like, but you didn't describe her mouth. Like, what's it like? Or it was like, I don't know. Or like, was in, like what? Yeah. There are several ways to define the faces, but like, she didn't. It's just that her eyes widened, sharp, and noticeable. Okay, but there's like several faces that are noticeable, or sharp, white, and sharp in mind. But like, what type of what was the expression of her mouth? Expressions of the mouth all indicate that they were surprised, uh, in disbelief, or she would give us some clues. This is what I'm trying to say. Eyes. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Just tired and overthinking it. Maybe it's watching Mandalorian and the Mandalorian damaged my perspective of things. I don't know. there's not enough. There's not a description of her reaction to it. I guess to describe like I guess like you didn't say she had the look of a frightened surprise or alarmed surprise. The what type of the surprise or well, I don't know. You over here. Excuse me. Whatever. Anyways. Rhyme squirmed in her, placing her hands between her knees. They wanted to know how you did your crafting. A normal blacksmith would be able to, but I suppose that was ineffective. Craft hummed. Okay, what type of hummed? This is the second time you had hummed. One was hummed for singing, singingly hummed. But then here she also hummed. I'm scratching the stubble on his chin. So I guess, that type of hummed. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking this or making it too deep. I don't know. Not a terrible plan, but it's not the best either. His fingers crawled up to his temples, giving them a thorough rub. You literally could have just asked. Okay, this is actually funnier. Ah, well, Ryan mumbled. I have a runner or two. Is that right? Few can challenge the guild, so they decide to hide when the guild comes knocking. Kraft laughed. Frankly, I'm terrible at hiding. If I were any good at it, we probably wouldn't be sitting here like we are. Ryan cast her gaze away, as though the comment insulted her or maybe shamed her. Whatever it was, Kraft felt a small pang of guilt. Look, I'll write up a letter to the guild and send it back with you. Would that be satisfactory? I am supposed to be the mediator for negotiations. It would be the best if we worked out an agreement now. The hope in her eyes were almost painful, as if, oh, see, this is you can describe, but you can't describe. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm overthinking it, but like, come on. I feel lost at words here. That's all. Um, and her eyes were almost painful, as if he'd given her the best sell of her life. Sorry, Miss Thindraz, but I'm not making any deals with the guild. I'm just sending along my official and polite refusal to join. In a heartbeat, she was on her feet, her hands slamming to the counter. The guild cannot stand for that. Your work has cut. Your work has cut into vital profits by stealing. Oh, what? Your work has cut into. Your work has cut into vital profits by stealing several bank contracts. Your growth is so fast, there are concerns that a loud shattering sound caught her attention, followed by screaming. Oh, what now? Kraft growled, hitting the pedal under. His counter to unseal the bolt to the door. Stomping across the room, he poked his head out to the front door. Almost immediately he had to duck back in to avoid a stream of sickly pink acid from splattering him in the face. Christ in a handbasket! Sorry. Christ in a handbasket! He shouted, yanking the door shut. All right. Now that we confirmed he's a Christian or a Jew. No, not Jewish. No. Just Christian, sorry. Now that we confirmed he's Christian or that Christ exists in this universe, I kid. He's a guide from this world to this world. But whatever. Anyways, I'm being silly here. Anyways. Christ on a handbasket! He shouted, yanking the door shut. A moment later, a bestial black shadow slammed against the door, dark and violet scales glistening through the slotted glass window. Inquisitive. The beast pulled back from the door and eyed the barrier carefully before snapping its jaws around the handle and tugging it with a vengeance. Wood cracking against the frame. Kraft pulled against it with his meager strength, the muscles in his arms straining. Why did he let Taraneth talk him into the easy to enter two-way door idea? Why did he let Taraneth talk him into the easy to enter two-way door idea? Ryan, he shouted from behind him. Behind the counter, there's a pedal on the floor. Hit it! Well, technically you're supposed to stomp on it like you did. Anyway, there's a pedal on the floor. Hit it! The girl floundered for a second, staring with horror at the wyvern. Then finding her footing. You could have wrote when he made this, having more character interaction with Taraneth. Just personally. But then again, that probably would make the story a bit longer. And you're probably aiming for a shorter book. But I don't know what the deadline or the what deadline you're set to do with this, or if you didn't want to write out the construction of this door, but like at least I feel like you could have at least, I don't know. I just want more character interactions with Taraneth so I can like get a feel of his character and not just what we have here. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm a little. Yeah. It feels like those two characters just exist. Well, no, we had a character moment with we had a character moment with what's his name? Nerf. Sorry, we had a character moment with Nerf. Taraneth. Sorry, now I can't pronounce his name. Taraneth. Sorry, Taraneth and Nerf. Anyways. Then finding her footing, she scrambled around back and hit the pedal, locking the door in place completely. Kraft stumbled back, palms rubbed raw, and the early prickles of sweat were beading from his brow. The black wyvern looked different. No, injured would be more accurate, and healed even more so.
Scars littered its body. Welts textured the wing membrane from tip to shoulder, and the tail was. This was one of the wyverns that Kraft and Nair had encountered between Basal and Alamara. The very same wyverns he'd blown up. And now one was scrabbling at the door to a shop and chipping the window with its pointed snout. But that was months ago! Were they really smart enough, petty enough to heal up and track them? Well, we'll find out more of that in the next live stream. I didn't get much into this chapter, but because I kept on nitpicking a few of the sentences or critiquing a few of the sentences, which, okay, my bad, shouldn't have done that. Oh well, done that, did it. I hyper-focus on something, I hyper-focus on it. Done deal. That's all. Sorry, can't help it. My stream, not yours, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I also needed to end the stream because my throat is beginning to be a bit dry. Probably because of the hot chocolate. Should probably just drink normal water. Oh well. But it's getting late. And that's another reason why I'm ending the stream. So yeah, ending the stream. Excuse me. Oh. So remember, everyone, leave a like, subscribe, share, hit the bell notification to be notified, subscribe to be subscribed to this channel, comment down below your thoughts about punctuation, your thoughts about Star Wars, even though we didn't really talk about it. We'll have a Star Wars stream soon. We'll probably have like whole different other things going on soon, hopefully. Definitely a stream dedicated to like more due to like dedicated to things. I don't know what to call it. What to call the stream though. We'll comment with something. So hey, there's another thing. Expect for a new playlist to start. A new playlist of us talking about things. I will try to move this over to a better location because and test out us to do like a mini stream, I guess. No, yeah, I'll probably test out the actual desk of the actual desk of the Random Fandom. I'll probably move this back over there. But again, the internet connection is kind of meh over there. We'll find out. But this couch is just killing me. So yeah, that's it for this stream. That's all. Remember, figuratively, not literally. See y'all. No, literally. Actually, sorry, my bad. Literally, not figuratively. See y'all soon in the next video. Bye bye.